Hello everyone, welcome back to the Boring Channel 8. My name is Anthony, and today I would really like to talk to you about something, a personal story of mine, something I've witnessed, and something obviously based of the title of the video, includes women, women in a TikTok chat. So the other day, I don't know, it's about a week or something. I had to really let it linger in my head a little bit before I did a video about it. I was a part of a TikTok live stream, TikTok live stream of a creator. Of course, I'm not gonna say her name or anything like that. Um, TikTok live stream of a creator that I've been already in her stream a couple times. I really liked her. I liked her style, her personality, and of course, she looks gorgeous. Yeah, she's a really pretty girl. I would personally give her around 8, from the scale from 1 to 10 of her looks, around 8. And I really thought that she also has a personality. She also I DM'd her on Instagram. She DM'd me back, so we talked a little bit back and forth, sent some voice messages. That probably was the reason also why I keep going to that live stream. Yeah, and then I was the other day in the night in this live stream. It was around 2 a.m. in the night. I just went to bed and I saw a pop-up notification. This and this person is inviting you to the live stream. So I went there, and then this thing starts. All right, this girl was there with another girl. The other girl was not on the video. She was from outside the frame the whole time, I might add. Yeah, it was the whole time that the other girl was outside the frame. And from the moment basically I started, she was saying stuff like, "Oh, my friend here, her name XY, she just made her driving license, and her PayPal is in minus or whatever." Yeah, that was the story pretty much. It's in minus. She needs to even out her PayPal account. I'm not sure how much you can go in the minus on PayPal. Using PayPal, but I've never been to minus. I don't think you can really do that. But nonetheless, they kept going with this story. I think the driving license was probably correct, and she paid for it, and the money was on her PayPal, and now it was zero basically, and she wanted to gather the money back. So they were like, okay, send her money, this is her PayPal, and they were doing it for 1.5 hours. I stayed there for 1.5 hours. It was not, but it was probably longer. But as time went by, people were sending money. There was a guy sending €80. There was a guy sending €50. There was a guy sending like 5. Some of them were trolling, sending like 1 cent, 1 cent, 1 cent. But in the end, they really did collected around €600 within 1.5 hours. So I will repeat that for you to let it sink in. They have collected €600 in 1.5 hours. And important information I didn't say is that there were, I think the peak of this stream, of this TikTok live stream, was around 50 people. All right. Yeah, there are people leaving and coming, so it was probably more, but still, it was €600 within 1.5 hours. First of all, I'm super jealous about it. I'll be honest. Damn, I wish I had this, difficulty in life, because life would be so easy suddenly. Next day I went onto her Instagram. I saw an Instagram story, so I clicked on it, and they were, having a lunch somewhere in a fancy restaurant. So I'm like, this is a problem. This is definitely a problem. And the problem also is that we men, we men are facilitating, because we are all delusional by now, I think, as well as I was delusional, thinking that this girl would ever, ever, ever engage with me more than just like little chat on Instagram or whatever. I'm just one of many that give her, all this, hey, you're beautiful, you're pretty. I saw it in that TikTok stream million times per hour. You're beautiful, you're gorgeous. Hey, let's go get a date. And then when she asks for money, I gotta say, the girl that owns the TikTok, I never seen her ask for money other than on this occasion. And I didn't go to that TikTok ever again. But still, she did use this, she knew. And she was like, yeah, people want to do it. Yeah, people want to do it. Yeah, they have a free will. Men have a free will, and they are definitely doing it. So we are part of the problem. We are part of the problem. But I would argue that we've been kind of pushed into this position by the society and by the circumstances of how things work right now. If girls have all this validation online and they're receiving even money as, showcasing the validation, basically it materializes in money, and there are so many women, single mothers, older women, that would definitely use this kind of help, but they don't receive this. That's another part of this. It's us men facilitating this with young women. I mind you, these women were around 22, 23 years old. So they were young. They were still young. They were in their prime. So they are, I would say, pretty much capitalizing on that. And they also consider them, based on the demeanor and how they were talking, how sometimes they were talking down on men on that stream, that they consider themselves a prize, trophy, something special. And I might tell you, this girl that engaged in this, she presented herself, or my understanding and my impression of her from that stream was that she's quite conservative, and she's looking for a man to provide, and she be the woman, but she was conservative only up till a certain point. And so even conservative women, or women that we might perceive as conservative, and there might not be really, are engaging in this kind of behavior and find it completely normal, begging for money. I know it's a live stream, but on that live stream on TikTok, you can send them all kinds of digital things like roses and whatever. Everybody does that. They're battling. Everybody knows this TikTok thing. Everybody who has ever been on TikTok. But this is like, pretty much begging for money, or they're saying, oh yeah, we're collecting for her. It's for a good cause. I bet that if there would be a single mom that's like 45 or 40 plus with 2-3 kids that are like 10 to 15, she wouldn't receive that much money. I don't believe that. I would have to see that to believe that. Or she would have to really hustle hard to receive that kind of money. So when I'm going with this, it's just a thought, It's just me thinking, like, where are we heading? Where is this heading? Are we gonna pay for this kind of behavior, this kind of these things within society? Also considering OnlyFans, women are empowered to make money off of men, and they talk down on them, and they perceive them as problematic or dangerous, or just talk down on them. This is my impression from what I'm seeing in the society. Like a lot, like this extreme feminism and this women empowerment, which is really good. I believe that women should be and are pretty much equal to men. They are not on the physical front, but in the society they are. And most of men, when we take out the extreme men, most of the men in the Western society, like 98%, are respecting women, are taking care of women, are providing for women, even if it's not directly in a relationship, they are still providing to the infrastructure of the society. They are doing their part. And the women's part in society is the big part of it is also is forging relationships, creating families. And I don't believe that, or I'm losing faith, more like I'm losing faith that with these kinds of temptations for women, if they exist, if they are there, then they don't have really incentive to have a relationship anymore outside the basic need for being loved, but they replace it with just clicks, likes, and very cheap flirting online, and basically validation of their beauty, and then of course money eventually. Of course, this girl doesn't have an OnlyFans. As I said, she's more like a traditional girl. But even girls on the traditional side, they tend to exploit this thing in a society. I would really like to know what you guys think about this story. I don't think you would find it unbelievable, but let me know, what do you think? Would you pay like this, or did you ever pay like this on TikTok or on any other service online? Let me know, and let me know what you think about where is society heading in regards to this, and do you find it problematic? So let me know, comment, like, subscribe, and see you in the next one.